What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. But before we jump into this video, guys, I have a chance to give away 2 swingman jerseys of your choice. Yes, you get to choose what team. You could choose if it's NCAA or NBA. You could choose all of that. One of them's on Instagram and one of them's on Twitter. And all you have to do on Instagram, if you go into the description down below, you'll see a link to my latest Instagram post. All you have to do is follow TheFlightMike and Leading Sports, tag 2 friends in the comment section to win a swingman jersey of your choice. Now for Twitter, if you're not on the gram, I got you, fam. Follow me and Legion Hoops and retweet the tweet in the description for a chance to win a swingman jersey of your choice. Now without further ado, let's get to today's video. The draft is a few weeks away, and I thought it would really help everyone understand the type of prospect they were getting if I did player comparisons for this upcoming NBA draft. Note that it is insanely difficult to pinpoint how each and every player plays. Furthermore, you guys have to understand that when I compare a prospect to a player, I am describing their play style, not how talented they are going to be. For example, I compared Ben Simmons to LeBron James last year because of his point forward like play style and his lack of a 3-point jumper. But I don't think it's fair to assume Ben Simmons is the next coming of LeBron James. Or maybe I'm wrong. Trust the process, am I not right? But if you disagree with the player comparisons, let me know in the comment section down below and give me an alternate player comparisons. I do these videos mainly to discuss these topics with you guys. Furthermore, I want to apologize in advance if your player didn't show up here. I looked at Draft Express's big board and decided to research the top 10. If you feel like a player is missing, let me know in the comment section. And if this video gets a ton of likes, we'll do the next 20. We begin with our top player, Markelle Fultz, which I believe is Tony Parker mixed with James Harden and D'Angelo Russell. Fultz is a very complete player and has been developing above expectations over the last 3 years. I find a similarity with Tony Parker on how they drive to the basket and manage to finish over taller defenders. Fultz changes speed and direction with ease, which completely rules Harden. He is also fairly athletic. We didn't see much defense from Markelle Fultz this year, but I don't think there was much incentive to play defense for him this year. But the potential is still there. He is 6'5" with a 6'10" wingspan. He's highly skilled and he's a nifty ball handler as well. He's a sneaky passer with vision like D'Angelo Russell, and he also shares similar shooting range. Visually, it looks effortless. Number 2. Lonzo Ball. I personally think Lonzo Ball plays like Jason Kidd or Rajon Rondo with a jump shot. I've seen many comparisons hailing that Lonzo Ball plays like LeBron James due to his passing vision and athleticism, but I also feel like scouts desperately are trying to search for the next LeBron James. So I feel that for a point guard, Rajon Rondo with a jump shot is an incredibly nice compliment for any point guard, considering how that is practically the only knock on Rajon Rondo's game in 2010. Lonzo's game style is very different to what we are used to watching. He is long and skilled and has some great moves. What separates his game from the others is his court vision and playmaking ability. That's why I'm comparing him with Rondo. This is something you can't teach, it's instinctive. Apart from assisting, Lonzo Ball can score. He is a good finisher around the rim and can drive hard to the basket. The doubt remains on his jumper, and he has a somewhat freaky shooting form. If all of that goes well for him, he's going to be a phenomenal player. He has no problem finding his teammates and puts them into positions to score, and he makes his teammates better, which is why the Jason Kidd comparison sticks. Number 3. Josh Jackson. So Josh Jackson reminds me a lot of Andrew Wiggins and Justice Winslow, but if his jumper doesn't fall, he is definitely going to be Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. It's very hard not to compare Josh Jackson with these players. All of them are young, athletic, small forwards, and it may be a little unfair to compare Josh Jackson with Wiggins this early, but he is a great scorer and an excellent rebounder for his position. He is also a top defender and avid passer. The only problem with Jackson is his shooting. In a league where shooters are more and more demanded, it will be tough for Jackson to establish as a star if he doesn't work in that department. If Jackson's jumper doesn't fall, then he'll bring a defensive presence to whichever team that drafts him. He's shown the ability to guard each and every position, and honestly, that's not the worst thing for a top 3 prospect. Number 4. Jayson Tatum. Personally, I feel like Jayson Tatum plays like Carmelo Anthony because he is the most NBA-ready prospect in this draft. Similar to Melo when he declared for the NBA draft. Jayson Tatum has no problem scoring, has a strong body, good size, and he reminds me of Melo on how he likes to play on the offensive end. When he drives to the basket, he powers himself through the defense with a lot of force. Tatum is also used to post against his defender. He can either pull up for a mid-range jumper or show off his footwork. Very similar to Carmelo Anthony. Plus, his high release shot is very difficult to block. Similar to Carmelo Anthony, Tatum is a good rebounder as well and could play the 4 spot in small ball lineups. And in my opinion, he is one of the best pure scoring forwards in the draft. Number 5, De'Aaron Fox. I think De'Aaron Fox is an athletic Michael Conley that meets John Wall. I may be biased here because of De'Aaron Fox's shooting hand, I admit it, but Fox showed how talented he can be on the defensive end after he locked down Lonzo Ball in the NCAA tournament and then proceeded to drop 39 points on him. Now, I know I bring up the 39 points a lot, and I know a lot of you guys may be thinking, yo, FlightMike just hates Lonzo Ball. But bear in mind that UCLA is my alma mater, and that was an absolutely terrifying moment for me. He compares favorably to John Wall because, like Wall, Fox is insanely athletic and will do a fantastic job pushing the pace and running the fast break. Furthermore, he has a weakness that's similar to John Wall coming out of college, which is the 3-point jump shot. De'Aaron Fox only shot 24.6% from 3, but in the end of the tournament, he started showing signs of life with his jump shooting. If he can turn that around in the NBA, watch out. Number 6, Malik Monk. Personally, I think Malik Monk is Lou Williams or J.R. Smith, maybe a little bit of both, because I feel like his shooting is comparable to Smith's because when he is hot, he can take over games. He can put up points in bunches and is also very athletic and finds other ways to score, not only his shooting. Similar to J.R. Smith when he was on the New Orleans Hornets. Monk will have to upgrade his defense and he'll be good to go. With a growing appreciation for shooters in the league, it won't be difficult for any team to find a consistent role for Malik Monk. He is a volume scorer, and if he gets hot, watch out. Number 7, Dennis Smith. Dennis Smith, man, a year ago, he was considered to be a top 3 player in the draft. The fact that he is pushed down to the 7th best player in this draft isn't a testament to his skill set, which I guess you could say kind of took a hit. His stock definitely took a decent hit this year, but more a testament to the depth of this class. Dennis Smith compares to Baron Davis and Steve Francis. He's an energetic player that knows how to use his body to get buckets. He can also go back and beat you with his increasing shooting range. His athleticism reminds me of Steve Francis and Baron Davis because of how explosive he is. And this is despite him tearing an ACL 2 years ago. The comparison to Francis has more to do with his hops at the hoop. Smith can launch himself above the rim or hang in air. He's also closer to Francis, who averaged 34% from 3 as a shooter and decision maker, because Francis also averaged 3.5 turnovers throughout his career. A part of me really hopes the Knicks draft him because I feel like him and Kristaps Porzingis will electrify Madison Square Garden for years to come. And let's be honest, after what Knicks fans have gone through over the past 20 years, don't you think they deserve that? Number 8, Lauri Markkanen. Lauri Markkanen reminds me a lot of Ryan Anderson or Kevin Love. And I guess that's fair because he's a stretch forward or center. And so long as you're not being compared to Andrea Bargnani, which is the worst case for Lauri Markkanen, then you're going to be A-okay. Personally, I don't think he's ever going to get close to Bargnani, mainly because of the amount of muscle he was able to put on this year. He's a big man that could shoot the 3, but can also play in the post and grab some boards. Those are abilities that describe Cleveland's power forward. These players have very similar skill sets and body types. Markkanen added a decent amount of muscle and can easily develop into a 20 to 10 player in the league. Many will compare him to Kristaps Porzingis, but I think he's got more post game and is a bit stronger yet less athletic. Plus, Markkanen is the top big man in this draft. If he can develop his post defense and manage to bother opposing players, he'll become a star in this league. Number 9, Jonathan Isaac. Jonathan Isaac just reminds me of Brandon Ingram so much. I know we get a lot of comparisons of Isaac to Kevin Durant, and yet in every description there's a mention on how Isaac is a project player, which made me think, who is another project player that draws comparisons to Kevin Durant? Brandon Ingram. At 6'10", 210 pounds with a 7'1" wingspan, Jonathan Isaac brings power forward measurements to the wing, just like Brandon Ingram 1 year ago with his 6'9", 7'3" wingspan. Isaac is very much like Ingram coming out of college because both of them are lengthy, skinny wing players with a good three-point shot that can either play the small forward or power forward, but prefer to play out on the perimeter. But that's it. Isaac has a great scoring ability, but it's a big question mark whether he'll become Kevin Durant or Brandon Ingram in terms of his future NBA role. He's got a lot to prove now, and his future depends on who drafts him and develops him to fulfill his potential. Number 10. Frank Ntilikina. Personally, I can never get his name right. I'm just going to call him Frank for this comparison, but this is my favorite comparison of the draft, and possibly my most spot on, because Frank and Dante Exum have one thing in common. They are both the mystery international men of their drafts. Think about it. How much tape have you watched on Frank, and how much did you watch on Exum prior to him coming out of the NBA draft? Now, I'm not saying that Frank is going to perform like Exum. I'm just stating that there is a clear famine of tape on the guy. Ironically enough though, they are compared to each other in terms of playstyle as well, so maybe I should bite my tongue in the previous sentence. Frank is 6'5" as opposed to Dante's 6'6" frame, and neither of them are really athletic, and both are smooth and quick. Both have great defensive potential and are unselfish facilitators. And there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe for more NBA content. Besides that, I'm TheFlightMike, and I'm signing out, baby. Peace! Woo!